My hands are shaking so hard I almost dropped the phone. Please, baby girl, if you hear this, come see me. I never stopped waiting for you. It's my father's voice. Weak, broken, crying. I freeze in the middle of my apartment kitchen, staring at the old voicemail time-stamped 8 years ago, 3 days before he died. 8 years. For 8 years, my mother told me he hated me. That he didn't want me there. That his last words were, "Don't let her come." But now I'm hearing his real last message, begging for me. Tears blur my vision as another voice enters the voicemail. My mother's. Cold, sharp. "She's not coming, Daniel. Let it go." Then the message cuts off. And in that moment, I realized the woman who raised me lied about my father's final wish. She stole my goodbye. And I swear right there, my mother is going to regret what she did.
My name is Madison Blake. I'm 27, and I'm telling this because the woman I trusted most destroyed my last chance to know my father, and I made sure the truth ruined everything she built. I grew up believing my dad walked away from me. That's what my mother, Angela Blake, told me my entire life. Your father cared more about his work than his family. Your father chose his new life over you. Your father didn't even ask about you. Every time I asked about him, she'd shut me down with those same lines. And because I was a kid, I believed her. I believed my father, Daniel Reed, didn't love me. I believed he forgot me. I believed I wasn't worth staying for. That kind of pain changes you. It made me quiet. It made me careful. It made me desperate for my mother's approval, because she was all I had. We lived in Columbus, Ohio, in a neat little house where everything looked normal from the outside. Inside, my mother controlled everything. What I wore, who I talked to, where I went, even what I believed about my own father. Whenever I asked if I could see him, she'd say, "After what he did to us, no." When I was 13, I found an old birthday card signed by him. "Happy birthday, Maddie. I love you more than anything." I ran to my mother with it. She snatched it from my hand and said, "That's just guilt. Don't fall for it." Then she threw it away. I remember standing by the trash can that night, crying silently, wondering why a man who said he loved me never came. When I turned 19, my mother sat me down at the kitchen table. Her face looked serious. She folded her hands and said, "Your father is gone. Gone." I remember staring at her, my heart pounding. "What?" "He passed away this morning." I felt numb. I hadn't seen him in years, not because I didn't want to, but because I thought he didn't want to. "Did he ask for me?" I whispered.
My mother looked away. No. That one word broke something in me. No. No goodbye. No message. No final words. Nothing. I cried for weeks. Not because I knew him, but because I never got the chance to. I kept wondering what was so wrong with me that my own father didn't want me there before the end. My mother acted supportive. She hugged me, made tea, told me some people just don't know how to love. And I believed that too. Years passed. I moved to Chicago after college. Started a job in marketing. Built a life. From the outside, I was doing fine. But deep down, I carried that wound everywhere. Every relationship. Every friendship. Every time someone left, I thought, of course they did. Because if your own father doesn't want you, why would anyone else? Then last winter, my grandmother died, my father's mother. I hadn't seen her since I was little because my mother said that side of the family blamed me for causing problems. After the funeral, My Aunt Rachel stopped me in the parking lot. She looked nervous. "Maddie," she said quietly, "there's something you need to have." She handed me a small cardboard box. "Your dad kept this for you." I frowned. "What is it?" "Tapes, letters, old phones, memories." My chest tightened. My mom said he never wanted anything to do with me. My aunt stared at me like I'd said something insane. "Maddie, your father fought for you until the day he couldn't anymore." I felt dizzy. "No, that's not true." "It is." She reached into her purse and pulled out legal papers. Custody filings. Visitation requests. Letters from lawyers. My father had tried to see me for years. And my mother fought every step. I couldn't breathe. Everything I believed started cracking. I took the box home and opened it on my kitchen floor. Inside were birthday cards. Christmas gifts never sent. Photos of my father holding signs that said, "Happy 10th birthday, Maddie." Letters that began with, "I miss you. I love you. I'm trying." I sat there crying harder than I ever had. My father hadn't abandoned me. He'd been trying. My mother lied. Then I found the phone. An old silver flip phone wrapped in a cloth. The battery was dead, but I found a charger online. 2 days later, I plugged it in. It powered on. One new voicemail. My heart raced as I hit play. Then I heard his voice. Weak. Crying. Begging me to come. And then my mother's voice. "She's not coming, Daniel. Let it go." I played it again. And again. And again. Each time felt like a knife twisting deeper. She had answered his final call. She kept his goodbye from me. She looked me in the eye and lied. For years. That night I didn't sleep. I sat in the dark listening to that voicemail, replaying every memory. Every cruel word. Every lie. Every moment she made me hate a man who loved me. By morning, I wasn't crying anymore. I was angry. Not wild anger. Cold anger. The kind that thinks clearly. My mother had spent years protecting her image. In our town, she was respected. Church volunteer. School fundraiser leader. Everyone called her Selfless Angela. No one knew what she did behind closed doors. No one knew she destroyed my relationship with my father because she hated him more than she loved me. And for the first time in my life, I decided I wasn't going to stay quiet. I gathered the letters, the custody papers, the voicemail, every piece of proof. And then I bought a plane ticket back to Ohio. Because my mother was planning a charity gala the next weekend, an event where the whole town would celebrate her as a wonderful woman. And I was going to make sure everyone saw the truth. When my plane landed, I got one text from her. "So excited to see you this weekend, sweetheart." I stared at the screen, then smiled for the first time in days. Because she had no idea why I was really coming. And by the end of that weekend, the perfect life she built on lies would begin to fall apart. I don't go straight to my mother's house. That would be a mistake. Instead, I check into a small motel off the highway just outside Columbus. The kind of place no one asks questions. The kind of place where I can think. Because this isn't about showing up angry. This is about control. I spread everything across the bed. The letters. The custody papers. The old photos. And that phone. That voicemail. I press play again, letting his voice fill the room. "Please, baby girl, come see me." My chest tightens, but I don't cry this time. I listen like someone studying evidence. Because that's exactly what this is now. Proof. My mother didn't just lie. She built a whole life on that lie. And in 2 days, she's going to stand on a stage at her charity gala, smiling like she's the most caring person in the world. I whisper to myself, not anymore. The next morning, I call my Aunt Rachel. She picks up immediately. Maddie. I heard the voicemail. Silence. Then a soft, I'm so sorry. I'm not, I say, not anymore. She hesitates. What are you thinking? I'm ending this. There's a pause. Then she says carefully, if you're going to do something, do it right. That's exactly what I plan to do. By afternoon, I'm sitting in a small electronics store, asking a guy named Tyler if he can help me transfer audio from an old flip phone. He looks at the device. Wow, this is ancient. Can you do it? Yeah, he shrugs. Give me an hour. That hour feels like forever. When he finally hands me a USB drive, he says, everything's on here. Clean audio, too. I grip it tightly. Thank you. This tiny piece of plastic now holds the truth my mother buried for years. But I know audio alone isn't enough. People doubt things. They question. They defend who they want to believe. So I need more. That night, I drive past my childhood home. Same white fence. Same porch light. Same fake perfection. I don't go inside. Not yet. Instead, I sit in my car and watch. At 8:12 p.m., a black SUV pulls into the driveway. A man steps out. Tall, older, not someone I recognize. He doesn't knock. He walks in like he belongs there. My stomach twists. That's not normal. I take a picture. Something about it feels off. The next day, I visit the community center where the gala will be held. Workers are setting up decorations. Flowers, lights, banners with my mother's name printed across them. Angela Blake, a lifetime of giving. I almost laugh. If only they knew. I walk up to the event coordinator and smile politely. Hi, I'm Madison Blake, Angela's daughter. I'm helping with a surprise presentation. Her face lights up. Oh, that's so sweet. Hook's line, done. I just need to test the audio system, I say casually. No problem at all. She leads me to the stage. Hands me a mic. Shows me the control panel. USB compatible. Perfect. My heart starts racing, but not from fear. From anticipation. I plug in the drive. Scroll. There it is. Voicemail 08 years ago, MP3. I don't press play yet. Not here. Not now. But soon. Very soon. As I step off the stage, I look around the empty hall. Tomorrow night, this place will be full. Friends. Neighbors. People who admire my mother. People who think they know her. I whisper under my breath, they're all going to hear the truth. But as I walk toward the exit, something stops me. 2 staff members are talking quietly near the back. She invited him too, one says. Yeah, the other replies. He donated a lot, she couldn't say no. Still, after everything that happened with her ex-husband. My heart skips. Ex-husband. My father. I step closer, pretending to check my phone. Who? The first one asks. The second lowers her voice. Daniel's brother. I freeze. My father had a brother. Why did no one ever tell me that? And why would my mother invite him, now? A strange feeling settles in my chest. This isn't just about lies anymore. There's something bigger here. Something I was never supposed to find. And suddenly, exposing her doesn't feel like the end of the story. It feels like the beginning of something much darker. The night of the gala arrives, and I feel nothing. No fear. No hesitation. Just focus. I stand in front of the mirror in my motel room, adjusting a simple black dress. My hands are steady now, not like before. Because I know exactly what I'm about to do. Tonight, I whisper to myself, everything changes. When I walk into the community center, it's already glowing. Soft lights. Elegant tables. People dressed in their best, laughing, sipping drinks, praising my mother before she's even on stage. I move quietly through the crowd, unnoticed. Then I see her. My mother, Angela Blake, standing near the stage, smiling, hugging people, playing her role perfectly. If I didn't know the truth, I'd believe it too. For a second, something inside me twists. Memories. Her braiding my hair, packing my lunches, holding me when I cried. And then, her voice on that voicemail. "She's not coming, Daniel." The warmth disappears, replaced by ice. She looks up. Our eyes meet. Her face lights up instantly. "Maddie." She walks over, arms open, like nothing ever happened. Like she didn't destroy years of my life. "Oh, sweetheart, you made it," she says, pulling me into a hug. I let her. Just for a second. Then I pull back. "Wouldn't miss it," I say softly. She smiles. "I'm so glad you're here. This night means everything to me." I hold her gaze. I know. And for a brief moment, I wonder, does she have any idea? Any at all? But her expression stays calm, confident. She thinks she's untouchable. Good. That makes this easier. The event begins. Speeches. Applause. Stories about her kindness, her generosity, her strength. Every word feels heavier than the last. Finally, the host steps up. And now, the woman of the evening, Angela Blake. The room erupts in applause. My mother walks onto the stage, glowing under the lights. She starts speaking, talking about honesty, about family, about love. I almost laugh out loud. Instead, I quietly move toward the control panel at the side of the stage. No one stops me. Why would they? I'm her daughter. I wait. Let her speak. Let her build that perfect image just a little higher. "And in life," she says, smiling warmly, "the most important thing is truth." Click. The microphone cuts out. The room goes silent. Confused murmurs ripple through the crowd. My mother turns, slightly startled. "What's happening?" she asks. That's when I step onto the stage. Every eye in the room turns to me. My heart beats once, twice, then steadies. "Hi," I say into the mic, my voice clear. "I'm Madison Blake, her daughter." The room quiets instantly. My mother's smile tightens. "Maddie, what are you?" "I just wanted to add something," I say calmly. I plug in the USB. Scroll once. Press play. At first, there's static. Then, my father's voice fills the entire hall. Weak. Desperate. "Please, baby girl, come see me." The room freezes. You can feel it. That shift. People glance at each other. Confused. Uncomfortable. Then, my mother's voice cuts in. Cold, sharp, real. "She's not coming, Daniel. Let it go." Gasps. Actual gasps echo across the room. I turn slowly to look at her. For the first time in my life. She looks shaken. "Turn that off," she snaps, her voice low, urgent. I don't move. I let the silence stretch. Let everyone feel it. Let it sink in. "You told me he didn't want me," I say, my voice steady. Her face pales. "Maddie, this isn't the place." "You told me he didn't ask for me." Whispers spread through the crowd now. Eyes shifting. Judgment forming. "You lied to me," I say. My voice cracks, but I don't stop. "For years." She steps closer, forcing a smile, trying to regain control. "This is a misunderstanding." "Then explain it," I cut in. Silence. Heavy. Loud. She looks around the room. At the people. At the faces that used to admire her. And for the first time, she has no script. No control. No way out. But just as I think it's over, A voice from the crowd speaks. Ask her about the custody case. I turn. A man steps forward. Older. Familiar in a way that hits me instantly. My breath catches. He looks at me, then at my mother. Tell her why Daniel really couldn't see his daughter. My mother's face goes completely white. And suddenly, this isn't just my moment anymore. This is something bigger. Something deeper. Something I was never told. I stare at the man, my voice barely above a whisper. Who are you? He meets my eyes. I'm your uncle. The room spins. Because whatever truth I thought I had uncovered, it was only the surface. The room feels like it's closing in on me. I'm your uncle. His words echo in my head as I stare at him. Same eyes as my father. Same voice, steady, but carrying years of something heavy. I swallow hard. Why didn't I know about you? Before he can answer, my mother steps in sharply, because he had no place in your life. Her voice is back to that cold tone I heard in the voicemail. Controlled, defensive. But it's too late for control now. My uncle shakes his head. That's not your choice to make anymore, Angela. He turns to me. My name is Marcus Reed. I nod slowly, trying to process everything. Tell me, I say. My mother cuts in again. Maddie, we should talk about this privately. No, I say firmly. The word surprises even me. No more private lies. The room goes completely silent again. All eyes on us. Marcus takes a breath. Your father didn't just fail to see you, he was legally blocked. I frown. Blocked. My mother's jaw tightens. Marcus continues. Angela filed multiple claims in court, said Daniel was unstable, dangerous, that he shouldn't be near you. My heart drops. What? I whisper. I slowly turn to my mother. You told the court he was a risk, I ask. She doesn't answer. That silence says everything. Marcus steps closer. Your dad fought it for years, but every time he got close, something new came up. New claims, new delays. My chest feels tight. I can barely breathe. You took me away from him, I say, my voice shaking. I protected you. My mother snaps suddenly, her composure cracking. Gasps ripple through the room again. From what? I fire back. She hesitates. For the first time, she doesn't have an answer ready. I did what I had to do, she says, but her voice isn't as strong now. Marcus's expression hardens. No, you did what you wanted. Silence. Heavy, crushing. I step closer to her. You didn't just lie, I say quietly. You erased him. Her eyes finally meet mine, and for a second, I see something I've never seen before. Not control. Not confidence. Fear. I was all you had, she says softly. I didn't want to lose you too. The words hit me, but they don't fix anything. They weren't yours to take, I reply. Tears finally fall down my face, but my voice stays steady. You don't get to destroy someone and call it love. She opens her mouth, but nothing comes out. Around us, people are whispering. Stepping back. Looking at her differently now. The image she built is cracking right in front of everyone. And she knows it. I take a slow breath, then reach into my bag. I'm not done, I say. I pull out copies of the custody papers. The letters. I hand them to the event host. To anyone who wants the truth, I say. No yelling. No chaos. Just truth. Clear, undeniable. My mother doesn't try to stop me this time. She just stands there. Frozen. Because there's nothing left to defend. Nothing left to hide. I turn away from her. From the stage. From that version of my life. Marcus gently places a hand on my shoulder as we walk toward the exit. You did the right thing, he says quietly. I nod, but it doesn't feel like victory. It feels like release. like something heavy finally let go. As I step outside into the cool night air, I look up at the sky. For the first time in years, I don't feel that empty space inside me. Because now I know the truth. My father didn't leave me. He loved me. He fought for me. Until the very end. And even though I can't get that time back, I made sure his voice was finally heard. Behind me, through the doors, I hear the noise inside rising. Questions, tension, everything falling apart. But I don't turn back. Because some endings don't need revenge to feel complete. Just truth. And tonight, the truth finally won.